Hello, and thank you for joining me in this video. If you're new here, my name's Howard. I'm a retail investor just like you, and this YouTube channel is about me showing my research into stocks and also what I'm actually buying. I'm doing that inside my YouTube portfolio, which I've actually just created at the moment. So you can actually see what I'm thinking about, what I'm actively investing in, and how that'll perform over the year. So what we're going to get into in this video is AI stocks. So AI is obviously the huge narrative at the moment. It is changing the world. We can see that happening. And the investment market is responding to that as well, with huge amounts of money pouring into there. We know that Nvidia has been the clear winner. That has been an absolutely spectacular investment. What I want to go into today is actual investments that I'm in at the moment in the AI space. I'm not currently in Nvidia. I missed that boat, but these are the games that I'm kind of looking into at the moment with where I think the AI space could be going. So I'm trying to play this AI narrative with some super interesting companies that I'm happy to invest in over the long term as well. These are not just kind of little hyped up companies that I think might go and I'll try and sell the top. That's not how I invest. These are great companies that I think can really take advantage of this AI infrastructure that's being built at the moment. So first of all, we're going to go through 3 stocks. And the first one that I'm going to go into is the smallest market cap out of all of them. And that is, let's just share this. First one we'll go into is Amcor. So I got pretty lucky with Amcor. I actually found out about Amcor over on X just by doing some research and people speaking about it. What Amcor is, it's a key part of the value chain for creating chips, and they are part of the packaging and testing of chips. So when we go through actually designing chips like Nvidia does, and then from that getting put into a data center like AWS, there's a big value chain, and Amcor is a core part of that. So if we share here to get a nice, easy way of kind of demonstrating this, this is the chip production value chain. So we've got design and concept. This is where Nvidia play. We've got the tape out. Then we've got what we've got here, the wafer fabrications. This is where like TSMC play a part. Wafer testing and sorting. And we've got packaging and testing, which is where Amcor play a massive part. And then that goes into putting into bigger data centers essentially. So Amcor is playing in this market here. They are packaging and testing. Why I think this has been a good investment today and why I'm happy to keep on holding it is they are one of the only people that can do this in the US and at scale. They currently have big partnerships, I believe, with TSMC, and TSMC are still building more fabrication plants basically inside the US. And why I think this is a great play is obviously we know AI is going to increase, but there is a massive force at the moment from the government on making sure that AI fabrication and building of chips is done onshore in the US. Amcor is a US company, and it is the biggest company and one of the only companies that can actually do this inside the US. So not only are we looking at AI and chip fabrication increasing overall, but there is a lot of emphasis put on bringing that back onshore into the US. And if that does happen, you would like to think that Amcor would be a core part of that. And if we go back over onto, if we go here, back onto stock price, see the PE, it has taken a massive run up. I did invest around, I think my average is around the $30 mark just before this run up. It's at a PE, it's at a $12 billion market cap, PE ratio of 40. So it's still not crazy when you compare it to a lot of AI companies, but it certainly seems like it's had a run up. People have come onto this name now, and it is one that I am investing in and I'm holding, and I probably will add a little bit more if we do see any dips along the way. Let's move into the next stock. So we're moving into a slightly higher market cap. And this is a stock that I talk about quite a lot on this channel. And that is, of course, Nebius Group. So Nebius Group is an AI data center company. They build and manage AI data centers, but don't just rent out that space. They also provide the software that helps companies run and train their AI models on that as well. So this is a company that, again, I've been invested in from around mid part of last year. We saw, if we look at the stock price, we saw a really big run up to just under $140. We've since found a level around this $90 to $100 mark is where we've been sitting. I'm happily invested in this company, and I will be adding in this over time as well. The reason I prefer this company over other data center plays is that it does so much in the software as well. And it also has a lot of other companies that it's a part of as well. For example, ClickHouse, and it's got AV Ride, its autonomous vehicle platform. They really are doing a lot, and it's one that I'm happy to hold for the long term. And it just looks positive in this company. We just recently had Morgan Stanley raise their price target. They raised their price target to $126. There are a lot of really high price targets coming in for this name. So it's one that I'm confidently holding throughout 2026. And it's one that is exciting to follow as well. They're always doing new announcements. Hopefully they've got more deals on the way, and they do just really seem like a major innovator in this space. They're not just one that's kind of sitting back and letting the AI kind of roll ahead with them. They are trying to innovate and really drive forward in this space as well. So I am holding. If we have any dips on Nebius, I'm going to be happy to buy and hold this for the long term. Like with all of this AI trade stuff, we did, of course, see the stock price jump up. So we had a drop up. We found this base at around the $100 mark. If the whole market takes a turn or the AI thesis comes a bit wobbled with something on Nvidia demand or something like that, we are going to see Nebius probably be affected by that as well. But in general, if you agree that AI is changing the world and it's only going to be used more in the future, then for me, that is why I'm invested in this company as well. So we've gone from kind of a 10 billion market cap, then we've gone into Nebius, which at the moment is a 23 billion market cap. Next, I'm going to go into my other AI investment, which is a huge company, one of the biggest companies in the world. And that is, of course, Meta. And I think when it comes to the AI space, Meta is very, very misunderstood. When people think of AI now, they're thinking of Gemini and ChatGPT. They're thinking of chatbots. They're thinking of image generation, and they're thinking of agents and stuff like that. What I think a lot of people overlook with Meta, and this is as someone, I've run Meta ads for my own businesses and other businesses for over a decade now, is that just how much AI is integrated into how they serve ads. So a lot of people don't know, but how Meta serves ads has completely changed over the past 2 years. They've gone from targeting on demographics and interests to now actually inside Ads Manager. You don't really do any targeting on that at all. You just put your creatives up, put your offers up, and Meta will send that to who it sees fit. It knows so much about all the users and what they're doing. You give it an ad and it will find the right person for that ad and at the right time. It is constantly processing all of the content, all of the user behavior, and then it's basically matching content and ads to that person in real time. So although people think it's just running ads like before, it's not. This is all AI powered. And when they're spending all of this money on AI, which is a reason, I mean, if we go back to what the stock price has done recently, it has been hit a lot. It's because people are worried that they're spending all this money on AI data centers with nothing to show. Their ad revenue is powered by AI. And if we look over onto, just look at their revenues. This revenue growth is seen. This is revenue growth that is powered by AI. This is what their chips are being used for. I mean, they might have an excess of chips because they're buying so many, but they are using it right now to improve their services. You can see their last quarter, biggest ever quarter in terms of revenue. Their Q3 actually beat their Q4, which is their biggest quarter. So I'm looking ahead to see, okay, it could be quite exciting to see what they're going to do for Q4 and also what they announce as well, because everyone's a bit scared about this huge AI investment that they're making. They've announced that they're going to look into meta compute, so actually becoming a data center themselves. And I think there is a lot that they can do with that for kind of small to medium-sized businesses. I know inside Ads Manager, Meta is already providing not just kind of copy and headline options and generating that for you, but also from your assets and from your landing page. It's also creating brand new ads from scratch as well, and lots of different variations. It's not there yet, but I can tell you that what it was like 6 months ago to what it's like now is absolutely incredible. It's already providing images and assets that could be ready to run as an ad. So they are definitely using all of their AI infrastructure for that as well. So I'm going to be looking ahead to see what they announce in these earnings. It's going to be very hit and miss to see what they announce they're spending, because people don't like that they're spending all this money on AI at the moment. But if we see strong growth, we're seeing strong users, and we're seeing good profit, then I'm happy to hold this for the long term, especially while the valuation has been quite depressed recently. So those are my 3 stocks that I wanted to basically go over today. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I'm not investing in Nvidia because I didn't catch on to it early, to be honest, and I've just watched it go up and up and up, and I kind of missed the boat on that, and I'm happy for that. I'm happy for everyone that made money on that, and you're not going to pick every single winner. Now I'm researching more into AI, and I was last year. These are the stocks, the main AI stocks that I am invested in. I'm invested mostly in Meta, as I see that as a safer play over the long term. My second biggest holding out of the 3 is Nebius, because I think that is more risky than Meta, but I am still kind of holding a lot in that. Actually thinking about it now, Nebius might actually be bigger than my Meta holding now after the recent purchases that I've done. So I think Nebius is actually my biggest holding. Meta, I'm happy to hold that and just watch them execute, because I think the thesis will change around. And Amcor out of the three is my smallest holding. I did only buy a small part of Amcor purely because I didn't actually understand it that well. I don't know about the packaging and testing of chips. It's a very specific industry, and I didn't know that much about it. And so when you don't do your research, you pay the price on not only losing money because you didn't do your research and went into a bad stock, but also the important thing about doing your research is that you need to know when it's a good stock. So I didn't know much about Amcor, so I bought, and I should have bought more. So I've made some good money on Amcor, but it's still only a smaller position. But it does show you that why it's important to research as well, because if I'd have done my research, I could have happily invested more heavily into that and I would have made more money for it as well. So these are the three that I'm invested in, and that's kind of my rough weightings at the moment. And I'm just going to be happily looking at these guys' earnings and seeing what deals they get ahead, particularly for Amcor. We should get some good news, hopefully. If all this onshoring is happening inside the USA, I want to see them getting more deals and revenue come with that as well. And Nebius is moving so fast. I want to see more activity coming from there as well in terms of bigger deals. They've got more capacity coming online. And then Meta, the revenue's there, the profit is there. We just want to get more concrete ideas on their plans. And also, hopefully, Wall Street gets a bit more comfortable with their spending and what their plans are for the future as well. So I hope you found this very useful. If you're invested in any of these stocks, please do let me know. I'd love to know some fellow shareholders of these. And also, if there's any other AI stocks that you think are a good play at the moment, you see them doing fantastic things or big growth potential, please do let me know that as well. I would love to research them and look into them as well. So apart from that, I hope you've found this useful, and I will see you on the very next video.